are safe at your home, right? Okay, today we will discuss about our new system is the circulatory system, because we had already done about the digestive system and respiratory system. Next system is the circulatory system actually. Circulatory system is made up of heart and blood simply, right? And the blood is actually a connective tissue which is present in our body in a liquid form. It is a fluid connective tissue present in liquid form. Why it is called a connective tissue? Because it connect all the organs from one to another simply, right? And the various other functions like the excretion of excrete matter, transportation of material, for the purification or toxicity is actually mixed into the blood, which goes for refining into the kidney. Blood also dissolve the gases CO2 and O2 for transportation into the lungs and from the lungs to the tissue simply. So blood is a very important connective tissue in our body simply, you can say that. And because it connect all the organs, also blood is also give the energy to your brain also, which is a control and coordinating system of our body, right? So in this system we will discuss about the blood and how the circulatory system actually work in our body, right? Firstly, today we will discuss about the blood, composition of blood, and how the different type of blood cells are present and what their function and which type of blood group are present in our body. Today we will discuss about all these topics. Firstly, what is blood? We know that it is a liquid connective tissue which is appear reddish in color due to present and a special cell is called the red blood cells, and which contain a pigment. Red pigment is called the hemoglobin. That's fine, right? And it is a transporting system, or you can say that a connecting system for all the work, all the function which perform in your body simply. So we will discuss about the what is the actually composition of blood. Blood is made up of the plasma and the blood cell. What is the plasma? Plasma is a straw color fluid. It is a watery fluid where the white blood cells, proteins, vitamins and some ions are present. For example, the calcium, the sodium, the potassium, these ions are present, and water is also present. Plasma is actually the total composition of the blood. 55% composition of the blood is the plasma, and out of this 55%, the 92% is the water, which means the plasma is made up of 92% of water and 8% of organic and inorganic compounds. These organic and inorganic compounds generally consist the various proteins, the blood clotting protein and the various blood clotting factors, some ions, vitamins, all these substances are present in our plasma. The main function of the plasma to also it help in the transportation, you can say that it provide transportation to your body simply, right? Next is your blood cell. What is the function of blood cell and how type of blood cells are present? How many types of blood cell? Actually, in blood we have three type of blood cell: the RBC, WBC, and the platelets. Firstly, we will discuss about the RBC. RBC means the red blood cells. Why these are called the red blood cells, or these are also called the erythrocytes, right? Erythro means a pigment which gives the red color, so these cells are also called the erythrocyte cells. The RBC cell or the red blood cells consist a pigment is called the hemoglobin. Actually, hemoglobin is a oxygen carrier pigment. What is the meaning of oxygen carrier? It is the pigment which combine with the oxygen molecule and transport these oxygen to the different tissue. Actually, hemoglobin combine make the bond with both the gases, oxygen as well as carbon dioxide, right? That's why these gases goes into the different body part, and from the different body part to the lungs for the purification, for the exchange of gases, right? So one hemoglobin molecule combine four molecule of oxygen. Four molecule of oxygens are combined with one molecule of hemoglobin, and this hemoglobin molecule is consists a red color pigment, the erythrocyte pigment. That's why our blood appear red in color, you can say that the hemoglobin molecule have more capacity, 20 to 25% more capacity to bind with the CO2 molecule as compared to the O2 molecule. It means the CO2 molecules are quickly combined with the hemoglobin molecule as compared to the oxygen. When these CO2 molecules combine with the hemoglobin, it means it dissolve into the blood. Then hemoglobin pigment goes into the with the help of RBC, because the blood is a connective fluid connective tissue which goes from one part to another. It goes into the lungs for the purification of, or for the exchange of gases, CO2 with the oxygen. When CO2 goes outside, this hemoglobin molecule combine with the oxygen molecule and form the oxyhemoglobin, and now your blood is oxygenated on the basis of these composition of oxyhemoglobin and the carboxyhemoglobin. If hemoglobin combine with CO2, it is called the carboxyhemoglobin, and when carboxyhemoglobin is present in your blood, it means your blood is deoxygenated. When hemoglobin combine with the oxygen, that is called the oxyhemoglobin, and that kind of blood is called the oxygenated blood simply, right? One more thing about is the RBC is that the 90% of the blood is made up of RBC cells, and these RBC cells have a maximum lifespan as compared to the other cell of the blood. It survive approx 120 days. After the 120 days, these RBC become breakdown and goes into the liver. Here into the liver, the pigment, the hemoglobin pigment is reused for the manufacturing of new RBC cells, and these tissue actually goes into the spleen, and through the spleen they go into the bone marrow. Bone marrow is the site where the blood cells actually formed. Blood cells are formed into the bone marrow, and bone marrow is a tissue which is present in our long bone, in the thigh bone simply, right? So RBC actually help in the help in the exchange of gases, transportation simply. Next is our WBC, the white blood cells. These cells do not consist of hemoglobin pigment or any kind of colored pigment. That's why they appear the white in color. And these are also called the leukocytes. Leukocytes means the colorless. Leuko means color. Colorless, right? So our WBCs are generally colorless in nature, and their lifespan is actually depend on the different function of the cell, because they are further divided into various types. So approx from day 1 to a week, their lifespan is actually from 1 to 1 week only, from 1 day to 1 week only, right? And their main function in the defense mechanism, all the antigen which enter from the external environment to your body actually are reduced, or you can say that they're destroyed by the WBCs only. So they help in the defense mechanism actually. So WBCs are further divided into two parts on the basis of their structure. WBC have two type of structure. Some WBCs consist the granules, which consist various substances, store the various substances for example the starch, the fat, the lipid, right? And agranulocyte, it means which does not consist the granule simply, right? Granulocytes are further divided into three classes: the neutrophils, eosinophils and basophils, on the basis of their acidic nature. Neutrophils, they do not have any acidic and basic property. Eosinophils, they have acidic property, and basophils have basic property or alkaline property. Agranulocytes are further of two types: the lymphocytes and the monocyte. These are the cell actually which produce the antibodies for fighting with the external particle called the antigens, the foreign particle. So how they actually help us for the defense mechanism. Next is the platelets. They are also very important cells in the blood. They actually help in the blood clotting, and blood clotting is a very important factor in our body simply. And their lifespan is actually approx you can say that the 10 days, 1 week to 10 days to 20 days maximum, not more than this. And their strength is about 3 lakh to 3.5 lakh approx in an adult human simply. Platelets have a various blood clotting factors. One factor is called the thromboplastin, which actually help in the blood clotting. When how they help in blood clotting, actually when your any body part become injured, at the injured side these platelets immediately collect up, and when they collect up they release an factor is called the thromboplastin. This thromboplastin actually convert the soluble fiber which is present in our body into the insoluble fiber, fibrinogen into the fibrin. The fibrinogen is a soluble fiber which is present in our body. In the presence of thromboplastin, they are converted into insoluble fiber is called the fibrin, which make a scum over the injured area through which our remaining blood cannot come out from your body. So they help in the blood clotting simply. One more important factor about the blood group is the type of blood group. We have a ABO type of blood group. We have 4 different type of blood group A, B, AB and O. Actually the type of blood group depend on the formation of antigen and antibody. Actually on the surface of your RBC an antigen is produced always, and on the surface of the and in the plasma there is antibody is produced against the antigen. Antigen always we will find out the foreign particle, and antibody is the protein which is synthesized with the your immune system simply, you can say that. So for example, if your blood group is A type, then the RBC surface, your RBC surface consists the antigen of A, but your plasma produce the antibody of B type of, right? It means if the human who have blood group A, if we will inject the blood group B in that kind of individual, then what will happen? Because our plasma have antibody for B blood group, it means if B blood group enter in our body, these antibody destroy the antigen of the B blood group. So in that condition the blood clotting takes place in our body and it may be cause the death. So we cannot transfer the another type of blood group in the individual. So if the blood group A, the antigen over the RBC surface is the A, and the antibody which is produced in the plasma is the type B. It means the blood group A can receive the blood to the I will tell you later on. Firstly we will discuss all. The individual which have B type of blood group, it means the antigen on the RBC surface is the B type, and the antibody which is produced inside the plasma is the A type. When your blood group is AB, it means antigen which is produced over the RBC surface is the AB type, and the antibody which is produced, antibodies does not produce in that case. If your blood group is O type, there is no antigen present over the RBC surface, but you have both the antibodies A type and B type or AB type in your plasma. Then what will happen? It means who can give the blood and who can receive the blood, simply you can say that. For example, if we will talk about the receiving type of, I will told you about the blood group O type because it have both type of antibodies, A type and B type. It means it can give the blood to any type of blood because it have both the antibody. It can give the blood this and this also, right? Because they all have antibody either A type or B type. It means it gives to the blood to all the type of blood group. It does not have antibody, doesn't mean it have antibody B type. It have antibody A type. It means O can give blood to the B, A and AB. It means it is a universal donor. If I will told about the AB do not have any kind of antibody. It means there is no problem of clotting takes place. Either type of blood is injected in this type of individual. It means it can receive the blood from A, B and O type of individual. It means it is a universal receiver. So AB is a universal receiver or recipient, and O is the universal donor, because it have antibody for both type of antigen, and AB does not have any type of antibody, right? If we will talk about the A type and B type of blood group, who can they give the blood? A blood group gives their blood to A type of only, and B can give to the B type of only, and A is receive blood from the A and O, because O can give to anybody, and B can receive from the B and O type. AB can receive from either A, B or O, and O can receive because it does not have any antigen, but it have antibody of both type, so it can receive blood with the O type only. O type of blood group can give the blood to the O blood group. One more factor is about ABO blood group is the positive and negative. Either your blood group is A positive, A negative, AB negative, AB positive. How it is occur actually? Instead of ABO type of blood group, we have another factor is also present in our body, is called the RH factor, the rhesus factor, which is present in our descendant, the monkeys. Macassas rhesus, and the name of this is called the RH factor. The individual 80% of living organism have RH factor is present. It means in the individual which have RH factor is present is positive type, and the which do not have RH factor are called the negative type. It means if your blood is A positive, it means you have RH factor also. If your blood group is A negative type, it means you do not have RH factor. Similarly, it apply all these type of blood group. If you have B positive, it means RH positive is present, RH factor is present. If RH factor is absent, it will be negative type of blood group. So this is all about the composition of blood and type of blood group. In the next lecture, we will discuss about the how RH factor is beneficial for us, or how it harm us in our daily routine, right?